Alright, hey everybody, Jim here. I'm showing my new updated method. I added a couple of pieces of conviction to my normal plays. So first up, just quick trading rules. So number one, wait for an A plus setup. So I am only trading this setup, period. Second, don't chase, don't FOMO. Like if you missed it, you missed it. It will happen again. These only happen, maybe a couple, 2 or 3 times a day, but that's okay. There will be another one. Don't ever give more than half back. So on a loss, let's say if you're up on the day, don't give more than half back. So don't let a green day turn red. Don't double down on your losses and stop once your goal is hit. So cool. Moving on to the setup. So there's 4 things in the setup. You're going to need all 4. First thing is 200 EMA. So this is what we use for finding direction. You're going to only play calls over the 200 and only puts under the 200. So let's show what that looks like. I pulled up a couple of days here. So this green line right here, that's 200 EMA. As you can see, we're in a downtrend. We're only going to be looking for puts entries here. And past here, where the price starts going above the 200, we'd only be looking for calls over here. So that's rule number 1. That makes sure that you're playing with the trend and not fighting the trend. So I run the 1348 EMA on a 3-minute chart. It also works on other time frames, but 1348, that's going to be where our entries are. So if you're away from the 13, away from the 48, don't enter. If you're way above it, you're late, you're FOMO, don't do it. Next thing is the biggest part of my trading method is Stochastic RSI, which I think is the best oscillator in trading. So there's 2 lines on it, a fast line and a slow line. The K line is the fast one, and that needs to cross over 80, over 20 or under 80 for puts. So over 20 for calls, under 80 for puts. And then the last piece of conviction is divergence. So we need the tops to mismatch for the puts, and we need the bottoms to mismatch for calls. And I'm going to show you that real quick. So just kind of roll through these one more time. Rule number 1, 200 EMA. Don't play against the trend. Rule number 2, 1348, that's your entry. Rule number 3, you need the stochastic cross moving in your direction, and the best of these is when it's crossing over the 20 for calls and under the 80 for puts. I'll show you in a second what that looks like. And then the divergence. So we need the tops to mismatch for puts, and we need the bottoms to mismatch for calls. So let's see what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and do puts first. So let's check out this day. So rule number 1, right? 200 EMA. We're looking for puts. So from there, then we start looking down here at the stochastic RSI. So right here, remember, we're looking for puts, so we're looking at the tops. We're not looking at the bottoms, only the tops. So right here, we have a high, then we have a lower high. That looks normal, right? Everything good. Now right here, you can see on the chart, this is what we call a divergence. So if I draw this line right here, you can see this high is lower than the previous one. But what's happening down here, this is higher. That is what we call a divergence, and that is rule number 4. That is the last criteria that we need. So you can see all 4 things, and we'll go ahead and type these out. So we got the 200 EMA, check. We got the price is about to drop under the 13, So 13 is going to be our entry signal. Third thing, the stochastic is crossing under, under 80, and then divergence. Boom. This is a freaking insane, amazing trade right here. You're going to enter, bam, right there. You see that? Enter on the 13, price is crossing under. We got our divergence. We're going the right way. And this 13 EMA is our risk. So should this, for some reason, cross back above that 13, cut it. But it's not going to. And you can ride this down. So I mean, if you're on 0 DTE, you know, you're getting, what is that, 392 to 390. This is almost a $2 move right here, and it is so low risk. Like, banger. That is an absolute banger. Okay, so let's take this, delete all this. I'm gonna go to today's chart, and I usually play on the 3-minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch that to 3 here. Alright, so step 1, you're right, 200 EMA, we're over it. We're only looking for calls today. Doesn't matter how sweet these puts look, like right here, you know, or where you want to get faked out a million times this day, but all we're looking for is those rules. So right here, 200, right? Alright, oh man, let's look at this. Beginning of the day. Remember, we're only looking at the lows. We got a low here. We got a higher low. That's correct. But what do we have here? Boom. Divergence. Do you see that? We got higher low on the chart. That's calls, right? Where is the price? The price is right here. Right here at the 13. Boom. You can take calls right there, and you can ride it up. Now see, I said that the ones that cross under 20 are the better ones. So this is winning play. It's got all 4 criteria. It's great, but there's another one coming up. So check this one out. Here's another divergence. Oh, damn it. Push these things working my way, but you can see it when I move. Okay, cool. So check this out. Where are we at? Still over the 200. Still only looking for calls. Like, do not buy puts here. We're over the 200. Don't buy puts. And when the price, we have all 4 of our things. We have a divergence. We have the price crossing up here. And where would we enter? We'd enter at the EMA. Very low risk. And in this case, because these 13 and 48 just crossed, that is perfect spot. Very low risk, and look, it ripped. How far did we get here? 404 to 407 roughly at the top of this. Massive move. So get it? Alright. Now let's just take another look here, you know, and see another little move. Like, so let's say we're still playing, we're still looking for calls. Well, here's a divergence on the lows. Guess what? Where's the price? 13 or 48, whichever one of those you wanted to enter on. Boom, that's another 406 to 406.30 to 407.30. So another dollar move. You know, obviously the distance these can go vary, but the main thing is that they are right. Like these rarely lose if you have all four things. So once again, here's the four things. 200 EMA for direction. 1348 for entry, stochastic, cross, and divergence. Boom, all four things. So enjoy that winning strategy.